Yeah. Another activist like yourself is VDM. What do you think of his activism?
Did you just say his activist like myself?
Well, I think one of
the reason why I said that is that I don't make these comparisons.
No, I'm not.
I don't. Look, I used to tell my younger ones because they come back to me frequently and say, people say I'm Sowore, they want me to be senior. I said, don't go and do it too, because if you get into trouble, you won't be able to explain it away because your last name is my name. Just do what you believe. Yeah, it's your conviction. So people always like to make comparison. Just like if somebody comes around and say, "Oh, Sowore is the new Gani family," I reject it. I can't be Gani. I can't. We didn't wear the same kind of. We didn't live at the same time, even though I was around during his own time. He was a lawyer, bloody geographer who accidentally found myself.
What do you think of what he's doing, VDM? What do you think?
I don't see. That's what I'm saying. Is that's what he wants to do. Yeah. And maybe the end will justify the means.
Is he forced for good, in your opinion?
I don't. I think he's. I don't make those. So I'm not a calibrator for people who are activists, because there are people who have criticized my method and found that they were wrong. Yeah. And there are people who have criticized their methods before. I haven't found myself to be wrong. So it's like, I meet all kinds of people in the process of doing this. It's just like we were talking about journalism before. Yeah. I was a different journalist. But a lot of people like, where did Sowore come from? He's a quack, he's this and all that. But today, Sowore Reporters is 19 years old. Yeah. Even I did not believe that Sowore Reporters will last that long. Especially when I was sued in the US and my lawsuit lasted for 4 years and it was going to wipe me out. Because one guy sued me and we couldn't get the case dismissed. Yeah. I have since then had 6 different lawsuits in the US. And if you know about lawsuits in the US, UK, you know what I'm talking about. 100%, yeah. And I have 13 lawsuits at the federal FCT High Court alone. Yeah. And I have criminal charges based on just what I've done. So that's why sometimes I say, walk in my shoes. But we all don't use the same shoe size.
It seems like you want to reserve opinion on him for now.
I want to reserve opinion about so many things. Yeah. Like I mentioned my children. I don't. Sometimes I tell my children, just be yourself. You were asking, maybe if I was around, they would be activists. I would not have asked my children to be like me, because they live in a different world. Yeah. I also don't want them to be like, oh my God, if my father didn't do this, if I didn't do what my father tried to do, I wouldn't be so messed up. I don't know. So when people make these comparisons, honestly, I just give my opinion. Yeah. And I'm opinionated. Of course, yeah. But there are certain opinions or circumstances that are allowed to be judged by history. Yeah. I said it somewhere else that there was a time in the Philippines, this Philippines that you heard about, they decided that they don't like serious politicians. They started making comedians their president. You remember Estrada was that man called who ended up in jail. That is their right. Yeah. Yes. So there are a lot of things that we don't even see, circumstances around us. Maybe the world has changed without writing us a memo. That the next set of activists are not likely to be people who are wearing khakis.
Okay, I just love the way Sowore just responded. Like, I love it. It was a nice one day. Sowore is a nice one day. You see, even the fact that the host is still pressuring him to say something. In fact, they even asked him that, you want to be reserved on this. He said, yes, I have to be reserved on a lot of things. And I love what he said. Even though he's still pressuring him further, he still keep bringing his brothers and his kids into it, that I will love them to do whatever they believe is good, that the end justify the means, so long you are doing whatever you feel that is good. And, VDM does a lot of things that is good. VDM does a lot of things that are good, and Sowore actually had a very smart move there. Let's assume that Sowore actually said something bad about VDM. This would have created another diversion and division. This would have created another divisions among Nigerians, because VDM will respond. Definitely, VDM will want to find one way or the other to respond, or somehow he will have this in his heart. He's a human being too, because he'll feel that despite all these good things I'm doing, and somebody even how many times VDM used to come out for Sowore. Even the last time that Sowore was being detained by the police, I think VDM still equally made a video shouting "Free Sowore." So if Sowore somehow decided to say, okay, something bad about VDM, all those things would not happen. Now, anything that Sowore will be doing, VDM will not want to be put in his mouth. And that would have created a division. And looking at it, you understand that there are some persons who actually love VDM for whatever he does. You understand? They love him for what he do. They love him wholeheartedly for what he do, even more than Sowore. And there are some persons who actually love Sowore for whatever he do, love him so much for whatever he does than VDM. And there are some persons in the middle who love both of them for whatever they do. separately. So if assuming Sowore had managed to say something negative about VDM, there will now be division. And when the division arises, it means that some people who love Sowore, they'll move along with Sowore wholeheartedly. People who love VDM will move with VDM wholeheartedly. Some people in the middle will be forced to choose one out of the two. So that's how the division is being created. But thank God he didn't say anything. Now you see people who love Sowore, people who love VDM, and people in the middle, they cannot work in harmony. All of them will come together, working in harmony towards achieving a common goal. You understand? So all of them will now work in harmony. People, they will interlove each other. Like people who love them will love Sowore because they know they are in good time, right? People who love Sowore will love them because they are in good time. And people in middle, they will mix the love and they will be channeling it towards a particular goal. And something I just noticed that Nigerians just love to be entertained, and that is why they usually bring the issue of comparison most often, especially with people in the same field. You understand? I don't think the issue of activism should be something that we should be comparing. And I noticed that Nigerians also actually love people in the same field to quarrel. You understand? They love people in the same field to quarrel so they can see who is the best, who doesn't be the best. In the issue of activism, I don't think it's wise we should be thinking towards the direction of comparison. Yes, we should not be thinking towards the direction of comparison. Instead, we should be thinking that everybody has its own way of doing this thing, right? Just like Sowore just said, he said, I cannot be Kanifayode because it's different from me, right? So everybody is different. So long you do whatever you are doing and you are moving towards the greater good, I think it's wise. It's wise. So that's my opinion on that. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell as well. So this has a peace out.